Okay. Today we are going to have a rant on a particular phenomenon, connecting it with some kind of a Fibonacci series. It is an artistic presentation. Today it is, I think it's Tuesday, probably 21st April 2015. It's about 10:15 a.m. I mean Indian Standard Time, IST. The topic under consideration today is something about Chindamani, like Philosopher's Stone, Paris, and like the theory of theories of Einstein, like Siddhantangalluda Siddhantam. Siddhantam means, I already explained that about Siddhantam in a previous rant somewhere. So working hypothesis. So this is a discussion on few more aspects of the working hypothesis. We have already had a rant on EQ. So you may refer that too. So it's about 10:15, 10:20. So here it's a discussion on specialization. How specialization in one category can Upandadi. Ensure some kind of an all-round fun. You're good at IQ. How can you enjoy EQ being extremely good in IQ? Or if you are good at EQ, can you be good in IQ, being extremely good in EQ? Emotional quotient and IQ. It's a run based on that thread. Of course, it's a few recent observations too. We are going on with our Philosopher's Stone researches in Philosopher's Stone. As per Nigudha Samkhya Astrology, Nigudha Samkhya Jyothisham Astrology, second house and 11th house are both represented by Mercury, Buddha. Why? Second house could be pure stone. The stones that is found everywhere. 11th house could be the philosopher's stone could be some kind of a rare stone, costlier stones. I mean, it need not be that strong enough like the regular stone, but it could be costlier. Like it can change irons to gold or something like that. So, I mean, graphite, both forms carbon and diamond, vajram. Graphite is the content, like that. While normal stones are probably the higher bartering ability with second house, Guhamanishyan, stone man, stone age man. We have referred to that. But 11th house one, higher house one, emotional funds could be more with philosopher's stones, Chintamani. So this is a rant. If you are good in your intelligence quotient, IQ, how can one go for try for a miracle, what do you call it, a new discovery, a new thing with the emotional questions, emotional fun, like conversion of an iron rod to gold. So like conversion of iron to gold with a touch of philosopher's stones. This is a rant based on that. So, when we think more about the intelligence thing, IQ. I mean, how can one go for what do you call it, emotional things with intelligence? Fibonacci series, intelligence could be in the round. Intelligence, the Fibonacci series rounds. Intelligence could be inner round, and the more expansive rounds could be the EQ rounds. 12 intelligence, lower houses in Nigudha Samkhya Astrology, whereas higher houses are emotional, passionate way of doing it. And how can a philosopher's stone can be tried with an IQ project? If it is here, how can this be tried here? Or it is also to be noted that a higher IQ can an IQ in a higher series of Fibonacci can still be higher than a lower series of EQ. Understood? IQ here, EQ here, goes like that. Into the next series, EQ could be, IQ might overpower the EQ in a previous series. So that is the thread of this discussion. Okay. So going forward from that threat. Suppose you are not passionate enough, you are not that passionate enough about an activity. If you are not that passionate enough with an activity, how can you derive more fun from it, like using a philosopher's stone, with a touch of philosopher's stone on your IQ? How can you go about it? It's a simple technique in Bhagavad Gita's ninth chapter, low result orientation. I mean, whenever an IQ man tries an EQ project of passions, he should always be thinking about a higher chance for failure. Like some kind of a pessimistic approach while doing an EQ project, any passionate project, any project, any higher project, any project that is, any project that an IQ man should be higher projects, bigger projects an IQ man. Like if I am going to the stock market, take for an example of share market. It's a project, it's a passion project, it's a passionate project. But when an IQ man goes for it, we should be having a thought of that it could, most probably it could be a failure. When that thought is there, the advantage is that you'll be thinking about the probable maximum losses in the project and shall involve in it to a degree, only to a degree where you can bear those losses. Understood? So when an IQ man goes for an EQ project, you should always be keeping in mind the probable losses that might be incurred in it, the maximum extent. I tried that several times, many projects, and sometimes the projects they may succeed also. Success might be there. Sometimes success may come also. But then that is an added, added miracle. That's a touch of, many times practically success may come in some form or other form. So, whenever an IQ man goes for an EQ project, you should be always having an estimate of the maximum losses that can incur in general and normal. If you got that estimate, maybe and then approach that project as though it's going. You are going to incur those losses, and you are approaching that project in a direction, in a way that it is going to be a complete loss, complete mess. And when you go for a project with such a mindset, you are already prepared yourself for a. Now then, whatever, even a small gain, or small piece of interesting aspect comes out from it, might give you a whatever some great good emotional fun. So, this is from an IQ perspective. And now, what about an EQ? If you are good in EQ, very good, having a very good EQ, emotional quotient, then how can one enjoy? Even the project fails. You incurred some loss. Even the project fails, you got a vitamin C. Vitamin C, like got an issue. Your vitamin C capital only should be something extra, small capital. Something that can be given out. Only that capital should be invested in the EQ project by an IQ man. So, even if it is a complete failure, still you can coach. You can coach the next generation. You can be a good guide for the next upbringing generation. The ones in the lower Fibonacci, higher IQ people and the lower Fibonacci. Higher EQ people in the lower Fibonacci 6. You can be a good. You can be a person who can be looked up on. That is a point where higher EQ people can try for. Higher EQ people, when they are approaching any IQ project, they can have some IQ fun if they are looking forward to the God EQ. Recently there is a post about a 10th standard girl, and FBI made a post regarding a 10th standard girl telling since oxygen is not, it's provided by, who is providing oxygen? We don't know. So we are all parasites in this world. So she could gain a few points using such a concept, which otherwise, even with the EQ, with a higher EQ, going for with some higher EQ, going for a an IQ thing. IQ thing in the next level. When EQ people try for IQ, they should always be trying for IQ in the next higher and higher IQ. That is the way they should try. That can be that could be a better way. Again, these are all rants, and sometimes it's working hypothesis, may work, may not work. Please be careful while following such threats. Rest should be done by oneself. There is no guarantee for such threats. It's all fun looking and very attractive threats. But be careful, there is no guarantee for such things. Once Bhavapushti is not good enough with 11th house or higher houses, maybe he or she, whatever, may not gain much with higher, involving with even using many of such techniques. That is another aspect. That is also, I'm not quite sure. Another one is that the rat, even if you win a race, you are still a rat. That statement last day, it's possible. That is an EQ thing. EQ thing when contacts with an IQ thing. It can be many times. It could be seen that state, the issue of that statement. Need not be many times. Need not be he or she or whoever. May not be right. May not be an authority to issue such a statement. It could be or she could be sometimes. But sometimes, many times, as a miracle or discovery, I observe that many times the issues of such statements you can point, many times it can point അർഹതയില്ലാത്ത സ്ഥാനം കിട്ടിയുണ്ട് അർഹതയില്ലാത്ത സ്ഥലത്തിരുന്ന് പറയുന്നു എന്ന് പറയാം. Like the ബലരാമൻ പണ്ട് അർഹതയില്ലാത്ത സ്ഥലത്തിരുന്ന സുതൻ്റെ മകൻ പ്രഭാഷണം നടത്തി എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ that can be a whatever. औकात क्या है എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു അത് that can be used as whatever an IQ there could be many more aspects of philosopher's stones. This is just an example that I quoted with parasiting and ratting, parasite, some generic iron, some iron rods, if they can utilize these things probably with a touch of philosopher stones, maybe philosophers like Chindamanis, thoughtful fun. They can they also can enjoy some emotional fun, socialization, social recognition, self-actualization. So emotional people also can go for. So what could be IQ people when they always go look for people below them, like who are of lesser EQ people for who are having less than them. EQ people probably need to look at those people who are having higher IQ for some better IQ thing. And one more thing, this, if the IQ people, if they are looking at higher EQ people for higher EQ projects, higher chemistry projects, they should always be expecting what I call, it's better for them to always expect for failure, so that if any success comes, it can be fun. And when it comes to the EQ people, if they are looking at lower IQ people, they always should be expecting for what I call higher elements of success. Higher EQ people while looking at higher, IQ people at the Fibonacci series in their same league, they should always be thinking they're going to succeed. That way, maybe they also can have some extra fun. This is something like a peer competition. When looking for peers, EQ people should be, for some higher emotional fun, they need to focus on higher IQ peers. While IQ people, while interacting with the EQ people in the peer group, it's a partnering. In case of, I think there have been a question about pattern, in 7th house one. If you fit in the same league, they should always expecting for the failures, success, and if any success comes, that is extra gain. And when IQ people are dealing with the IQ people in the same level, and they are naturally prone, they are naturally, chances are high for them to win. If the IQ people fumble, they can actually put up a fight. IQ people can put up with the EQ people peers. In the peer level, they can put up for a fight, only expecting failure. Otherwise, they can have some EQ fun, expecting failures, and do go for the competition with the peers, expecting failures. In case of IQ people, while EQ people, they can, I think, when they are dealing with the peers, they can always expect for some success, more success. And IQ people, if they want higher emotional fun, they should be keeping there, but they should be going for the EQ people in the lower level. Not peers, but juniors, like being coach, guide, guru. That's why EQ people always try to paint teachers, coaches. You can go for coaching if you don't want to play. If you see that Jack the Witcher or something, that's it. There is a movie of Tom Cruise or something. I don't remember. And that is telling the old chap that if you want to play, or you can go for coaching. It's actually IQ. It's better to go for coaching. It's an IQ fund. Higher emotion. That the emotion people know that they might succeed in it, and IQ people may succeed in coaching, so they try to downgrade them as coaching as a lower profession or some kind of those. So it's okay. It's okay. So if you are good enough in your IQ, it's better to be prepared for it's better to be prepared for failures with pace. But with juniors, it can be emotional fun can be high for IQ people. And for EQ people, their IQ fun can be more with going for the seniors, because of course they can. EQ fund could be there dealing with the pairs also, but still higher. Not IQ. For the EQ people, they can have some IQ fund going for the seniors. and they can compete and they can be better perform, better. I mean, that is an individual, what do you call individual fund. So individually, EQ people, while can have better fun going with the IQ people in the senior level, more experienced IQ people, while the IQ people probably can have more EQ fund going for the juniors, like the younger generation. In the junior level EQ people. And while it is a seventh house thing, it's a partnering thing between EQ and IQ. It should be, remember, for IQ people, their better game plan could be to minimize the losses. Minimax alla, minimize the minimize the minimum loss, minimize the losses, minimize the maximum losses. That should be their game plan. Whereas EQ people, while going for the peers, for games of peers, like with the IQ people, they should be trying for maximizing their success rates, maximize process. And so when such things happen, if the EQ people, if they are not that good enough, they fumble in that project, they may have to give some points to the IQ people. If IQ people fumble at minimizing the losses, they may end up giving failure. They should be having the estimate of the loss. Like when I go for the stock market, my plan should be, if I'm using the IQ project, my plan should be to reduce the losses, for some extra fund. Whatever I invest, I'm not expecting any return from it. You should not be expecting any return from it. It could be, my expectation should be for some emotion fund also, for emo fund. So that could be Purnamada Purnamadam Purnat Purnamada. It could be venture capital. It can either go wrong or right. So whatever gain I make can be an extra bonus, an extra point. And the EQ people are mostly they are in the peer section. Most times the EQ people could be poised to naturally in the game. So this is the rant. This is J. Krishnan. For the time being, it's already 33 minutes. So for the time being today, bye-bye. Sairam. JK signing off.